Hey, what's going on, guys? Troy and Mountain Man Treasure here, and it was a really long weekend. I'm tired, but we made some sales.
Mountain Man, Mountain Man.
Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a part-time reseller based out of Montana. I've got a day job. I work at a radio station. When I get done there, I get to go to estate sales and thrift stores. On the weekend, I go to garage sales when it's garage sale season. Not garage sale season yet in Montana. It's getting there. I'm getting anxious. I feel like we're about a month away. Once those start, we'll start putting those videos on the channel for you. But right now we're looking at things that sold because, well, that's what I've got right now. And it's also a very educational tool. And when you're a reseller, it's all about education. It's all about learning. You want to constantly learn and make yourself better. This, hopefully, will do just that. So let's take a look at the things that I sold over the weekend. And it was a really, really good Friday. Saturday and Sunday kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't know if people were just running around fretting about daylight savings.
It's okay, buddy. Just a few more minutes and we're good until spring, okay?
But it doesn't make any sense.
Think of it this way. We'll get the hour back later in the year.
I don't know what it was, but Friday was really good, and then it steadily got worse through the weekend. But we have some really strong sales. The first one is this cat costume. Actually, these, I guess a little bit of a low-key bolo for you here. You can pick these up sometimes at garage sales for $1 or $2. I had a whole stack of them. They're not quick sellers, but they do sell. It's that whole instant costume thing. They will sell, and you can make a little bit of money. So I sold this one for $14. Free shipping, but they're pretty light. You just slide them in a poly mailer and out the door. So very easy, and you make a couple bucks. Then we sold this vintage North Stars hat. I took an offer of $20 plus shipping on this. I think I had it listed at like $25, $26, something like that. But this is sat for, I think it sat for about a year. And so finally it had some interest in it. And I thought, you know what? You know my theme. It's good enough for something that hadn't seen any interest. That was a good one. North Stars, if you're not familiar. The team that used to be in Minnesota, the NHL team, they moved to Dallas, became the Stars. So that actually I had of a team that no longer exists, sort of. They just exist under a new name and new banner, but they're the former North Stars. Then we sold this to a viewer. This went to Annalise, the Easter Unlimited mask, $13 plus shipping. Actually, Annalise sent me an offer of $10, and I countered at $13. Annalise, if you would have said you were a viewer, $10 was plenty. I didn't know. And so she accepted the $13, said she had one of these when she was a kid. So really cool to sort of, again, the eBay, that's what it does. It reconnects us and people that buy from us with history. It's really neat the way that it does that. And so I appreciate that. And I felt bad about countering against a viewer, on a deal that for a viewer otherwise was a fantastic offer. So I slipped a sticker in there for you. So keep an eye out for that as well, Annalise. Thank you so much for that purchase. We've mentioned it here in the last little bit on the channel. I've really never found any, and now I found, I think, 3 in the last little bit. It's Jellycat. Check this out. Jellycat, this is the plush frog or toad or whatever you want to call the guy. I call him Prophet. I paid, I think, $1 for him at Goodwill, maybe $2. A lot of their plush are 99 cents often. And Jellycat is a fantastic brand, and he sold for $46.89 plus shipping. So really happy with that. And I believe, I might have said there on the card, I believe this one went back to the UK. I think this was an international sale.
That is correct.
Then we sold some more video games. Brutal on the Sega CD. This sold for $23.44 plus shipping. Hunting for the Sega Genesis, $77.04 plus shipping. Both of those coming from our big video game figure buy. We're working our way toward even in that one, and then we'll start making profit. I've still got lots of stuff to list, so I'm not worried about if we'll make profit. It's just a matter of how much we'll make, but those very nice sales. And then New Kids on the Block. We sold Donnie, still in the box, $29.81 plus shipping. And then Toy Story. We sold this from Toy Story for $10 plus shipping. Big sale. We did go out of town. I said, you know what, it was a long weekend. I was tired. We traveled back across the state. We had a hotel room, so I thought, let's use it. We thought the Mountain Kid was going to be performing on Saturday night if the boys basketball team made it to the championship game. We were under that impression, so we got in early, got the hotel room, and then found out that no, she wouldn't be performing, apparently. And we still had the hotel room. So we thought, you know what? All right. So we drove back across the state so that we could watch the championship game. And we actually did stop in a couple of, we stopped in one thrift store and the antique mall while we were there. I'll get you those videos a little bit later this week. And the good news, the boys won. They had to get to the championship game with a buzzer-beating three-pointer in overtime in the semifinals. This one, they led at one point by like 24 points. This was a runaway. This was a special team. Check it out. Here is the trophy awarding there at the end. The kid holding the trophy there, Braden Cook. Not a stretch to say he's the best player in the state. One of the best high school players I've seen in a long time. Just he's got a lot of skill, a lot of talent, a lot of dedication, and just a fantastic kid. So cool to see all of that hard work pay off for the Bruins. And, you know, our team won. That's a good thing. And we got to go to a couple thrift stores. It just made for a long back and forth weekend. It's about 250 miles to head over there. Then we turned around and next day came back. So long trip. But when we got there, as we pulled into the hotel, that's where this story started. As we pulled into the hotel, we sold this K Products BG automotive hat. This has been sitting for at least a year. I got this. I believe this was one where I picked up a whole bunch of hats and we got them each for $1. That's a lot of times what you'll see. And K brand, K Products, keep an eye out. Very, very sought after brand. This is a vintage hat brand. And some of them, especially if it's the trucker hat and it's got a patch, and like in this instance, it was automotive. It checked a lot of collector boxes. But K brand or K Products, those very often will sell for a very high dollar. And so I just priced this one high and let it sit. I kind of forgot that it was sitting there, honestly, until it sold. I had to pull open. When I saw the notification, I went, which one was that? And, well, again, it was this one. And it sold for $100.49 plus international shipping to China. So a lot of these, actually, a lot of the vintage hats will go international. So if you're selling vintage hats, you really ought to be selling internationally because a lot of them go overseas. But this, obviously, a fantastic return on investment for a $1 hat. Another video game, Def Jam Fight for New York for the GameCube. This one sold for $94.99 plus shipping, and that a smoking deal on this game. This game is actually probably a $140 game. Maybe something like that, but it had a scratch across it. Now the game still played like it should, but it had a pretty, what looks like a pretty gnarly scratch across it. And so I discounted it, and then I sent like a $5 off offer to somebody, and they took me up on it. So $95 plus shipping for this one. Happy with that. Then we sold a nativity replacement piece. It's a weird time to be selling that, but I'm not going to complain. $16.39 plus shipping for this Humco piece. And then for the Nintendo 64, another game, NBA Hang Time, $14.73 plus shipping. Sold a Wolverine figure. This one, $12.50 plus shipping. You can see all of this stuff that we've recently purchased in that big buy. It's all selling. That's good news. $12.50 plus shipping on this guy. Then Allie came in, viewer, friend of the channel. Thanks so much for taking a look in my store. Always digging through my closets looking for cool shirts. We got a couple of them for you. If you follow me on Instagram, well, if you don't, you should. And if you do, you maybe saw these shirts. 2 of the 3 that I picked up on a recent thrifting trip, and incredibly cool shirts. And Allie said she picked up one for herself and one for a friend and coworker. We've got a werewolf from the mountain, really cool shirt. And then we've got Elton John's Yellow Brick Road tour shirt. And both of them I sent out an offer of $20 a piece, and Allie took me up on it. So good deal for Allie. I moved them out quick and made a couple of bucks. Thrilled. So thank you so much once again. Sure appreciate you. I love when you come in the store. All of you guys, it's special. It means something. I know it sounds ridiculous, But it really is kind of humbling, and it is special when viewers of the channel come in and buy something from the store. It's just a neat thing. So thank you so much for doing that. I said it before, SpongeBob sells. And SpongeBob for the PS2 right here, $9.98 plus shipping. Sold a pair of tennis shoes that I've been hanging on to for probably about a year. These Nike Burrow shoes sold to Australia, 75 Australian dollars. Their dollar hovers between 70 and 75 cents US. So not a huge sale, but we're going to make, I don't know, after everything, 20, 25 bucks, something like that on these shoes. Pretty solid. Then we sold overnight this Utah Jazz thermos mug. Somebody sent me an offer on it, and I accepted. I think I had it actually listed at about 30 bucks, but this has been sitting maybe even longer, like a year and a half, and maybe 2 years. I don't know. It's been sitting up on my shelf for a long time. Eventually, somebody would come along and pay that price. But like the other offer that I took on the North Stars hat, nobody had really shown any significant interest in it. Nobody had certainly sent me an offer on it.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
When you've got that one person for a very niche item, take advantage. Take the offer. So 20 bucks, I took that, and then overnight they paid. So $20 plus shipping for this one. And then we also did the same thing on a video game. I was bouncing back and forth. He sent me an offer. It was listed at $70, and he sent me an offer of $50. Enough for me to counter, but not enough for me to take, right? So I came back at 65. I was willing to do that. And he jumped up to 60. So at that point, when you see the big jump, you can see he was just trying to get a good deal, right? And so he jumped up immediately to 60. So he's a serious buyer. And so I went back and thought, yeah, $2 more, right? So 63 bucks plus shipping. Overnight, he accepted and paid. And so $63 plus shipping for Space Ace on the Sega CD. So that's what we've sold so far over the weekend. Like I said, a really strong start, and then it kind of petered out. But a couple of overnight sales helped me out with Sunday, so that was nice. We also did actually sell the Enema Man. We did that for our charity, for the charity that works to pull people out of human trafficking. And our good friend Brian wound up purchasing that. And you can see he's still sitting there because Brian, like he's done in the past, has won these things and then said, keep it, and I'm going to send you the money anyway. And he did. And so, Brian, that money going to go to Love Justice International. Thank you so much for doing that. I sure appreciate you. And I did have to, I have to send you something because eBay wants me to, they want to follow that tracking. And you had previously purchased an It poster from me and said, you know what, I'm going to use this to scare my kid. I've got a follow-up for you. So maybe let your kid open the box. I don't know, but I got something coming to you. I think you'll like it. I think it was fun. I saw it on a thrift trip and thought, you know what? That's what I'm sending Brian. That's it. I found it. So that's straight from the thrift shelf to you, my friend. Thank you so much. We do have, it's sitting back here, right over here. We've got one of my hats, my Atari hat. A lot of you guys said, hey, I like that hat. I've got that, plus a shirt, plus a mug, threw a couple stickers in there. We're auctioning those off. That ends tonight. If you're watching this day of, it ends Monday night, pretty late, because I posted it once we got to the hotel. So that auction, it was a 3-day auction. It's going to end tonight. All the money that we make off of that going to Paul, the Philly Flipper, who is then going to send all of that money to a charity in the Ukraine. And they are working to help refugees get to Poland and other places and help get them food and clothing, that sort of thing. And so we're doing that. We do have another Ukrainian charity. It's just I haven't received the piece yet. We've got an art piece from a Ukrainian artist that we purchased, and then we're going to auction as well. And then we're going to take a break from the charity stuff. I promise. I don't want this channel to be overtaken by it, but when we've got a chance to help, we should do it. And so that's what we're doing right now. But if you want to stop in and check out that auction, I'll put a link to it in the description here if you get a chance to check it out. If you want to bid on that thing, it ends, like I said, pretty late tonight, and all of that money going over to Paul. So that's what I've got for you today, guys. I sure appreciate you tuning in, and those of you that came in and supported the store, those of you that have been bidding in the auction. I mean, the support from this community is fantastic, and I just love it. So I'm going to let you guys go. I got to get to work. We'll see you.